Hello everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. So in this video I want to discuss the lunar nodes, the north node and the south node of the moon, and the transiting lunar nodes, mostly when it makes conjunction to your natal planets in your chart. Now I will be discussing all the 10 planets starting from the sun all the way up till Pluto, because these are the 10 planets we consider in astrology. Now the lunar nodes, north and south node, when they make conjunction to your natal planets, the effect that you have in life and on your personality and just your decisions, I'm going to just go through all of them, and just basically I want to put it out there for you to understand how to use the energy of when north node is conjunct, say your natal sun, or when south node is conjunct your natal sun. So what can you experience, just the life experience around that time. So this video is timeless and it's a generalized analysis. It's not specific to your chart or anybody's chart, because to do a complete analysis, obviously we need to go through look at the entire chart in that entirety. Just one aspect of a chart cannot tell the entire experience going to be like in that period of time. So this is general reading and it's timeless as well. Now it's timeless because I'm not going to analyze lunar nodes transiting through a particular sign. This video is just entirely based on when a lunar node, a transiting north node or south node, when it comes close to your natal planets. Now I'm considering the orb of 15 to 18 degrees, so it's a really wide orb. So as soon as the nodes shift signs, after every 18 months, you can look at it when it's getting close to your natal planet. Now, before I get into each of the natal planets, I just want to help you understand what lunar nodes are. What's their nature? I mean, it is considered the nodes of the moon. So the moon is about our feelings, our intuition, our subconscious. So the functionality of lunar nodes somewhere is based on our subconscious, our intuition, how we function, how our mind function, how our emotion function. So somewhere the nodes are connected to our mind, our emotions, more than physical experiences. Also, the nodes are not physical object in the sky. It's not like planets and stars. It's the mathematical point. When you take the planes of the sun, moon and earth, the mathematical point you calculate, that's the nodes of the moon, the south node and the north node. Now north node is the ascending node, south node is the descending node. Now I just want to make some correspondence from Vedic astrology as well, because I find it so intriguing, the ancient wisdom and all around these matters. Now Rahu is the north node of the moon and Ketu is the south node of the moon. Now Rahu and Ketu is very interesting to understand. Now north node and south node is basically the energies we are developing for the purpose of soul growth, the energies we are moving away from for the soul growth, and the energies that we are adapting in our life for the purpose of soul growth, for the purpose of our evolution. Now south node is what we are detaching from and releasing and letting go, and north node is what we are learning in this life and moving towards. Now the basic meaning of rahu-ketu is also the same. Ketu is detachment, we are moving away from, and Rahu is we are moving towards its futuristic energy. I find this correspondence quite interesting because in order to understand how life plays out, what our experience are, we need to go a little bit deeper. We need to go on more on subconscious level rather than just physical. The nodes of the moon, the axis of north node and south node, which are always opposite to each other, is where the imbalance is in your life. Now in natal chart, wherever your north node and south node is, you need to see there's always a lifelong kind of a journey to balance those energies. So because there's an inherent imbalance, now when you are able to balance that energy, that's when you have evolved, you have grown. Now with the same thing is with the lunar nodes when they're transiting. So whenever the nodes, the north node and the south node goes through on your natal planet, what you're doing is you are trying to balance the energy of on your natal planet. So with the south node on a natal planet, you are trying to release yourself from any past ways of doing things, past ways of thinking about it, past ways of basically functioning, and you are releasing so that you can make some progress and move away from just the subconscious level of how you function basically. So with south node, whenever it goes on your natal planet, you can feel a sense of uncertainty, chaos, misdirection, or lack of direction in that area, because there is a need to, because it can feel a bit chaotic where south node is, because you have to release, and the chaos is because you need to release and move away from old ways of doing things. South node does represents the past. It represents our intuition, the inside, the subconscious, how we function. It's not a rational way. I think you cannot make your south node work if you are thinking from a logical point of view, if you are calculative and you are manipulating things. It needs to go through a kind of an insightful and intuitive place. You need to feel the whatever you are going through. You need to really make the change from inside out. That's what south node is. So if it's going through a natal planet, you need to see the energies, how you have been functioning until now, and the direction that you have taken, the guidance, whatever you have taken in that matter. And you have to use your intuition, insight, and just introspect, reflect as well, in order to make changes there, in order to shift the energies there. Now when north node transits on your natal planets, there's a powerful shake-up in that area. Now both north node and south node are very transformative axes, so the changes do come in these axes most definitely. Now with a north node on your natal planet, what happens is there's going to be a lot of shake-up, a lot of changes, but the change is a little bit more futuristic. The uncertainty that comes with the north node is something that you want to get yourself involved in. You want to invest your energy, you want to pursue that matter, and that's why the strangeness or uncertainty or confusion or illusion comes from wanting to move towards that, because you don't know where you're going, but you want to go there. So that's what the inner desire is. Wherever Rahu, north node, ascending node goes when it's transiting your natal planet, that energy is something you would develop. Now you don't know what the outcome is going to be ultimately, so there's an imbalance and uncertainty attached to it as well, but it's something that is the opportunities comes your way to utilize that, and it feels like you're growing where north node is. Now with south node, it may feels like you're being held back because of the changes that you need to make, or the changes that you're not able to make, because maybe your south node, wherever your south node is, it's a very comfortable energy, it's a successful energy. Now when energy is comfortable and successful, even if it's not helping you grow, you will feel settled in it, you'll feel happy, and you don't want to make those changes. But the south node is where you need to change your way of thinking, because it's not helping you evolve. Now during a transit, the pull of north node, wherever north node is so strong, and you want to exert your energy in that area so much that wherever the south node is, it may feel like you're being held back, or you're not growing there. It's kind of not serving your purpose to achieve your north node. So that's where there's a need to balance the imbalanced energy, because only then you can truly evolve, and only then you really appreciate and embrace your north node fully, when you have balanced it with your south node. Now with south node, wherever it is, do use your intuition, insight, introspection to deal with that energy of the south node, and wherever north node is, do exert your energy, be a bit more extroverted in there, and really embrace wherever the north node is fully, to experience growth in that area. Now I'm going to go through each of the natal planets and explain how a conjunction of north node on your natal planet and a conjunction of south node on your natal planet, the experiences you can have, and what you can expect when the nodes conjunct your natal planet. So let's begin. So first up is the transit north node conjunct your natal sun. Now what is sun? Sun is our identity, sun is our ego, it's our consciousness. Now wherever sun is in your chart, that's the area that is important to you, the sign and the house. So that part of life is very important to you, and you identify with that energy a lot. Now when a north node, which is to do with moving towards that energy, moving towards that energy for the purpose of growth, because you feel such a strong pull towards that energy. Now when transit north node conjuncts your natal sun, it's an overall a beneficial time. Now this beneficial energy, this progressive energy, may not be felt right at the beginning of it. You may feel it by the end of the 18 months period, or even after the 18 months period. But what transit north node will most definitely do when it conjuncts your natal sun is it's going to shift your sense of identity. It's going to make changes. It's going to bring a transformation, a powerful shakeup in how you you see yourself, what you identify with, what is important to you. All that goes through a basic change. Now this change is over a period of time. It's not an overnight change, so you feel the energy gradually unfolding over that period of time. Now it is a favorable, beneficial time. At the end of the day, you may not feel it at the beginning, but when you're over and done with it, you will feel a complete change. Whatever you identify with, or the way you identify with, is different. It may, so for example, if you have sun in a particular sign or a house, that sign and house matter still may be important to you, but the way you approach it is different. It's kind of a progressive kind of energy in there. It brings in opportunities in that area of life as well, to improve or enhance or shift your sense of identity. So there is potential for growth, overall growth. The sun is like one of the most important energies in your chart. So when a north node, which is this progressive, forward moving kind of energy, or learning, growing kind of energy, even though in the beginning it may feel chaotic and imbalanced because your sense of identity is shifting, and that can never be easy, you will, at the end of the day, the growth that comes with it is definitely going to grow you and evolve you and move you on your path. Whatever your soul evolutionary path is going to shift you on that path. So it's a very important kind of transit, and it comes after every 18 years. So it's a very important time, and it's good to understand things in a different way around this time. And if something is stuck and is not helping you grow, this is definitely a time to take those energies and move forward. It's kind of a change that comes in your life, the sense of identity, through positive experiences, through positive opportunities. Overall it's a kind of a progressive kind of energy. Definitely with north node, you want to exert your energy in there. You're willingly want to do it. You are exerting your energy. You very much want those changes in your life. You're very positive, hopeful, optimistic, forward moving, forward thinking about it. So you want, this is a kind of willingness, this is kind of a change brought in your life, in your way you think, through your own willingness. There's a desire. Now it will take some time to achieve that, but the desire is there. This overpowering desire to change your sense of identity is definitely there. Now, a few things you can experience with a transit north node or conjunct your natal sun is there could be a location or job change. There could be an opportunity to reach greater heights in your career matter, or just overall life basically. So this is a very powerful, transformative time for your sense of identity. So you'll feel a lot of excitement, a lot of desire, a lot of enthusiasm. You'll be very creative. You want to take on new opportunities. You want to go on that new quest. And this can also mean, moving away from your current situation, your home situation, career, job, relationship, whatever it is, because it's kind of like a break that's happening in your life, because you want that break, because you want to go on that positive experience. You want to experience a positive change in your sense of identity, and you want to make the best use of it. So that's the push. The north node shift may seem chaotic in the beginning, but at the end of the day, if you balance it well and you're conscious and aware how you're using the energy, then at the end of the day, after the 18 months period, you will have a new cycle beginning in terms of your sense of identity for the next 18 to 19 years. So it's a very important time to develop your talents, new talents, express yourself creatively, mingle with new people, new encounters, be a little bit more extroverted in how you are approaching your sense of identity. And you will be, because the life experiences and opportunities that will come your way when North Node is conjunct your natal sun, a transit North Node is conjunct your natal sun, you will be very willing to be more extroverted, going out and doing things, making things happen for yourself. You will be very much on it. Now, when transit South Node conjuncts your natal sun, what you can experience is a bit of detachment from your old sense of self, your old sense of identity, what you identify with, what you have been identifying with until now. So whatever the persona you have, whatever is important to you is going through a change, and this change could be due to a lack of opportunities, lack of growth in your current situation. So it's more of a energy where you are releasing old ways of thinking, doing, just old environment, and you want to move away from old ways of doing things. You're releasing, you're letting go of your sense of identity. This change, transformation, this shakeup may come because you have maybe reached a lowest point in life, and whatever is happening in your life in terms of what you identify with, what's important to you, is just not helping you grow. It's not helpful, it's not useful, it's keeping you stuck in the old energy. So this South Node on your natal sun is more wanting a change because things are not functioning anymore for you. Things are not working out anymore for you. You are feeling your life force is depleted, you're feeling your immune system is low, your energy is low, everything is not in a kind of a progressive state. So you want to get rid of, it's like declutter your life, declutter your mind as well, to move and declutter anything that you do not identify with anymore, because it's not helping you grow, it's keeping you stuck, it's not good for your health, it's not good for your well-being, and hence you want to move away from what you don't identify with anymore, and you want to release, unearth, and just let the old energy go. So this drastic change can come about because of lack of opportunity in your current job, location, relationship, money matters, anything, wherever the sun sits in your chart. So whatever was important to you, there is no growth and no opportunity, so you want to move away from that energy. And this can just be your old ways of doing things as well in that area of life. You want to change your mindset, you want to bring a new energy by releasing old ways of doing, thinking, functioning. Now once you have released what's not functioning anymore for you in the 18 months period, and after that as well, what transit South Node conjunct your natal sun can bring is a rise again, a restoring of reputation, restoring of your identity, and renewal of identity. So from the lowest point you start to rise again after that, because you have gotten rid of the old energies and you are embracing new ways of thinking, new ways of doing, new ways of functioning, new ways of identifying with your environment, yourself, relationship, money, anything, wherever your sun sits in your chart. Also, South Node is a very intuitive and insightful energy. So when it is conjunct your natal sun, which is your basic life force, your basic ego, what happens is, after you have released negative aspect, after you have released the stuck aspect of your identity, what you identify with, what you are egoistic about, you can have a kind of an awakening, a spiritual awakening going forward, because you have ridden yourself from things that was keeping you spiritually in a kind of unhealthy state. So you go through a spiritual awakening as well. That's why South Nodes conjuncting your sun is perfect time to identify with yourself more on a spiritual level, and go beyond the materialistic level, and now associate yourself with something that is a little bit above you, a little bit beyond you, because you are releasing your old ways, because your old ego is really being released. So you are connecting with the universe in a more spiritual way. Now, next up is your natal moon. So, if the north node, the transit north node, is conjunct your natal moon, it's a time of personal transformation, very individual, emotional, personal transformation. Now, moon is to do with our feelings, our emotions, and wherever moon is in your chart, the sign or the house placement, that's the area of life that you're very protective about. You're very sensitive, very caring, very emotional about that area of life. So when transit north node, which is about exerting more of your energy in that area, which is about growing in that area, learning about that area, it's time really to resolve any kind of emotional hurt, any unresolved emotional pattern. And really, and this will come about through personal events. Things will happen in your life that will help you resolve any kind of old emotional patterns, old personal patterns. This will probably have to do something with your roots, your childhood, your conditioning, the way you were, you grew up, your family members when you were a child, just basically all the nurturing relationships that you had in your life growing up, and even in the current state. So there's a lot of all the old patterns, subconscious pattern that you build up over the years due to your your past, your family conditioning, your childhood roots, and all, just your emotional self, basically. All that is going through a personal transformation. Now, it is a favorable time in the entirety of it. By the end of the 18 months period, while the North Node is in the same sign or house as your natal moon, you will see this transition, you will see this transformation. Now, it may seem imbalanced and chaotic while you're in the middle of it, but by the end of it, you will understand the energy and you will feel the transformation that has occurred, in your emotional self, because you have been able to release any kind of old ways of doing it. And especially it's beneficial because you feel the support of people. You feel the support of people to help you transform your emotions, in your emotional sides, to get rid of old ways. So it's got a positive element to it because you feel supported. You're not left alone to deal with your issues. You feel supported with people, family members, just people in relationships in your life. So this is a great time to really look into your healing, your just clear away your subconscious pattern, just attitude, beliefs, emotional reaction, anything basic that was unresolved or you did not pay attention to it. Now when North Node comes on your natal moon, your focus is there. You want the change, you want the transformation to occur, and you feel supported in that personal transformation. Now, moon is also to do with your physical foundation, the home, the house, wherever you live, birthplace. So with the North Node coming onto your moon, you may have a change of where you live, the location, or you may be moving away and starting your journey by yourself. You may be relocating or something. So you could be moving away basically from your birthplace when transit North Node conjuncts your natal moon. Now this transformation will help you reach the deeper emotional parts of you, emotional, to identify yourself with your emotional state and what is emotionally important to you. So all that is a very progressive, helpful, supportive kind of energy to embark on that personal transformation, the emotional transformation that will help you or open up opportunities, doors for you to understand your emotional side, your beliefs, your ways of thinking, your ways of relating to people, relationship, your ways of connecting, your own, emotional self, your comfort level, stability, security, where you feel secure. All that is going to, it will come to your understanding. So it's going to go through a change, a transformation. So through this transformation, through releasing or healing an emotional scar that you have, what's going to happen is important, valuable, lessons will be learned, and you will be a bit more empathetic, a bit more nurturing to yourself and others as well. You know, just your nurturing side, or the side that you did not recognize with your until now, you will, you know, recognize with that more, because you're really exerting your energy in there. You want a shake up in the way you're connecting with people and with yourself, your own emotional side as well. So all that is going to go through a change and complete shake up during the transit period. So if there's any kind of karmic imbalance regarding your roots, your family, your mother figure, or just, you know, your past, your childhood, all those things can come up to the surface, and you will have to deal with it, so that you can move on to you know, progress on your path ahead, your life path, wherever you want to go, you know, your destiny, whatever your priorities, you can focus on that, because you have resolved any old ways of you know, the old ways of emotionally relating to with yourself and with other people. So once all that has been released, you're able to set yourself on that path. So with transit North Node on your natal moon, it's a very emotional time, it's a very transformative time. Your home and family emotion side, nurturing side, all that takes priority, and you're exerting a lot of energy in there. And overall it transforms your life, shakes up your life, creates imbalance, discord, chaos as well. But ultimately you will, the outcome that you get, you know, at the end of it, after the 18 months period, and even beyond that, you may see the outcome after that, is going to you know, personally transform you, emotionally transform you as well. Now transit South Node, when it conjuncts your natal moon, it's kind of a feeling of detaching from your roots. Now South Node is the energy, it's an intuitive energy, it's a past oriented energy. So it feels like you're releasing, you're moving away, and there can be a sense of uncertainty, anxiety, stress attached to this South Node conjunct your natal moon energy. Now with the North Node, it's more of like a supportive kind of energy. You are helped in your path ahead. But with South Node, it may feel a bit anxious, because the path that you want to connect with, the, you know, the wherever you want to go with, it feels like you're leaving something behind, or something is pulling you back from, you know, moving ahead. So you may be separating from your birthplace, your family, your roots, your whatever you emotionally connect with, or you may be restoring or returning back to all these energies. But whatever that might be, it feels very emotional, very sensitive, and you are very much you know, it can have kind of anxious, stressful energy attached to it, because you feel a bit imbalanced and, you know, uncertain about which path to take, or, you know, where to go. So with transit South Node on your natal moon, conjunct your natal moon, there may be a tendency of clinging to the past, because you're basically worried about emotional security, your, you know, your emotional foundation. You're worried about that, and that can be to do with your home, family, you know, anybody you are clinging on to. It may feel a bit stressful to release that, to let that go. So you may have a tendency to hang on to it, to cling on to those energies. Now with transit South Node on your natal moon, you may also feel unsupported emotionally, or you may feel obligated to take care of family members or your home environment, and that can be stressful as well, because South Node on your moon can also suppress your emotions in terms of expressing it. So whatever you want to express, your emotional side, to other people, you may not be able to convey the message you know, properly, or it may be misdirected, or miscommunicated, or misunderstood. So it's a very sensitive time, most definitely, and you want to create a peaceful, harmonious home environment for yourself, definitely. But with the South Node, the important thing is to release any kind of any emotional ways of doing things, any clinging to past pattern, emotional pattern especially, that is not functioning anymore, that's not working for you anymore. And it's very important to take care of your needs as well during this time, because you may have a tendency to ignore your needs, your emotional needs, your personal needs, because you know, there's an obligation, or there is a kind of very overweighing kind of energy that you have to look after other people in your life, and you're not able to you know, take care of your own self, you're not able to nurture your own self. So it's very important to not cling to past ways of doing things, past patterns, especially if it's not helping you grow, and if it's keeping you stuck, keeping you clinged on to whatever that's not serving you. So it's definitely with natal south node on your moon is a very crucial, sensitive, emotional time, very transformative time as well. Also, once you have passed from this transit, you will be able to rise again and create that emotional understanding of your own needs, be able to nurture yourself, create a peaceful, harmonious environment for yourself, because you've gone through this purging, you've gone through this emotional transformation, personal transformation, and it may not seem easy while you're in it, but at the end of it, the outcome is definitely you're in a better place to create a peaceful, harmonious life, emotional life for yourself. So when transit north node conjuncts your natal Mercury, this is a time to release all your intellectual potential, what you're thinking, how you can communicate, the information that you have, the skills, the capabilities that you have. You are exerting a lot of energy in these matters during this time. Now, Mercury is our thinking, the way we think, and wherever it sits in your chart, the sign and the house placement is what we think about. So when the transit north node conjuncts your natal Mercury, that experience, the sign and the house experience attached to your natal Mercury comes to the forefront. You are more interested in connecting with that energy. You are exerting a lot more effort in that energy. Now, initially, it will come with a kind of a blockage or imbalance as you connect with that energy, because the transit north node conjuncts a natal point like once in 18 years. So this is a very transformative time, very shaking up kind of time. So with this north node on your natal Mercury, this is really a time to use your communication, your expression, the way you talk, the way you share information, your skills and capabilities and all that, for your growth, for your highest good, to improve your chances, to sign that deal, or sign that contract, get a better job, whatever you want to grow or learn new things. This is a great time to learn new things as well, because Mercury is to do with learning. So if there was something you wanted to learn, or something that will help you grow, this is a great time to take that short course or long course. You can initiate that during this time. You will feel better supported overall to achieve your Mercury experience during this time with the north node on your natal Mercury. So transit north node on your natal Mercury is also going to make you aware of your skills, capabilities, whatever whatever capabilities you have, whatever knowledge you have, whatever your communication your communication style, your skills, capability, everything will come to the forefront. You are more aware of that, and when you're more aware of something, you are able to consciously use it to enhance your life. You're able to focus your energy better. You're able to strategize your plan, your goals for the future, because north node is kind of a futuristic kind of energy. It's something that you're working towards, and when it conjuncts your natal Mercury, you are using your skills and capability for growth, for development, to move ahead in life, wherever you want to go. This north node energy on your Mercury helps you grow through utilizing your skills, through utilizing your know-how, your knowledge, whatever you're made of, especially how you think. Also, your thinking, your mindset, your outlook also goes through a transformation, a shake-up, and you see things differently as well, because you're thinking about things differently. So it's a very intellectually expressive kind of period, and it's a very extroverted energy. So you are probably more communicative, and your communication style is also very impressive, very efficient. Initially, when the transit begins of the north node on your natal Mercury, it may seem a bit of imbalanced energy, because suddenly you're hit with this north node energy, which is very extroverted, which is very it asks you to put your efforts in there, you exert your efforts in focus there, bring your focus there, and it can seem a bit imbalanced. But as you go along, you kind of grasp the whatever it means better, and this comes through awareness. This comes through doing things consciously, because there's a really good chance for growth. There's a really good chance to get that job that you wanted based on your skills. And especially if you were having a period of time when you were not able to utilize your skills or capabilities or whatever that is, this, as soon as the North Node hits your natal Mercury, you will start seeing that change, the shake-up, the transformation and all that. So with North Node on your Mercury, you can do all the mercurial things, and you will see growth in those areas as well. So learning is already there, and you can upskill yourself, you can relearn or learn something new, especially if it helps you improve your chances in terms of a job, or sign that contract or business dealing. It's a great time to do that. You can also get yourself involved in some kind of public speaking or writing. If you want to write a book, or you wanted to write a book, you can get that rolling as well. Now Mercury is also to do with trips, travel, short trips, business trip, whatever that is. With North Node on your natal Mercury, you will see some kind of shake-up, transformation, movement, or you will be willing to exert your focus and energy in these matters as well. So definitely this transit, this conjunction of the transit North Node on your natal Mercury is definitely a time to take that trip, to travel, to relocate, even if it is a kind of a short-term relocation. It's absolutely a great time to take that trip, and it will be very growth inducing. It will be very helpful for you. So if there is an opportunity to take, you'll feel very well supported as well to take this opportunity as well, because you are exerting this is a very progressive energy, so you're exerting your energy, you're very focused on it, you want growth, you want to learn that part of your life, and you feel very well supported. So overall, North Node on your Mercury is really a good time to really use your skills, capabilities to bring positive energy in terms of opportunities in your life, in terms of all the jobs that you can have, the business. If you want to start a business, again, it's a really good time to look into these energies, because you feel very positive, energized, enthusiastic, and overall you have this help as well from the universe to make those positive movements. Now, when transit South Node conjuncts your natal Mercury, it's a time of, again, a shake-up, a transformation as well, because the nodes are to do with shifts in energy. But with South Node on your natal Mercury, you're a bit in a more of a reassessing kind of mode. You are reanalyzing past ways of communicating, past ways of doing things, your skills, capability from the past. And South Node is about releasing what is not working for you, so that you can bring growth in your life. Now with South Node, there can be misunderstanding as well, because of miscommunication or misrepresentations. So the way you're trying to project yourself, or the way you're trying to communicate yourself, or your mindset, outlook, all that can be misrepresented when South Node is conjunct your natal Mercury, when a transit South Node is conjunct your natal Mercury. So you may be a bit more focused on or clinging to past ways of thinking, or doing things basically. So if you are in a job, it may feel you're stuck in a rut kind of situation, and even though you want to move away, it may feel a bit difficult to move away from whatever job situation you are in. So there is a need to reassess where you are at that point of time, and bring in maybe relearn something, or take a crash course, something like that, to change that. Now this may not be entirely possible during the transit, because you're so stuck on your old ways of doing and thinking. So definitely there's a need to release your old ways of doing, thinking, and the skills that is not helping you grow, or the lack of skills that is not helping you grow anymore. Now with South Node on your natal Mercury, you can also experience old ways of thinking that is coming back to you, or old ideas it's a good time to utilize them, or an old job, something that you were working or people that you were working with in the past. If you connect with them again, you may get a job offer back. You may get an opportunity to return to that old job. So with this transit, you will definitely will be more inclined to analyze your thinking, your mindset, where you are currently, and it's time to release any kind of stuck ways of thinking, because that can lead to further issues. Communicating with other people can lead to misunderstanding and all that. So with this transit, you can also experience information or news about people in your life that may surface, and that can give you a clear understanding of what's going on. So you may come across information that helps you understand specific people in your life, especially if you feel stuck due to people in life. So it can be a very insightful time as well, especially concerning your past patterns, past thinking, people in your life, contacts, just generally all these energies from the past. You will get a better understanding because of some kind of information that's released to you. Now with the South Node on your natal Mercury, if you were doing any kind of business planning in the past but you could not move it ahead, you can rerun those energies, go over it again, and maybe bring those old ideas, old information, and maybe launch it, or see how you can launch it, maybe review it, reassess it. And so any kind of business dealing or any kind of old jobs, any kind of old energies can be reassessed to move forward with this South Node on your natal Mercury. So overall, the South Node on natal Mercury is going to help you reassess the old ways of thinking and what you were thinking about, so that you can bring about change, transformation, and release yourself from old energies, so that you can move ahead, and not cling to your past patterns of doing, thinking, or connecting with people, or or business or jobs that is not serving you anymore, or environment, even colleagues, work, or just information sharing or communication style, anything that is not serving you anymore. This South Node on your natal Mercury is going to help you understand what to do to release yourself. But the important thing is to not cling to old ways of doing things, and be a little bit open-minded about pursuing other ways of doing things, rather than being just stuck in old ways. Transit North Node conjunct your natal Venus. Now when this transit happens on your natal Venus, you are more open to deeper connections during this time, and the transformation that comes about, the shakeup that comes about, is due to a relationship or a loved one. Now Venus is what we value, what we enjoy in life, and wherever Venus is in your chart, the sign and the house placement, those are the areas of life that we find pleasure in and what gives us joy, basically. So when Venus is conjunct the transiting North Node, whatever you value, whatever you enjoy, whatever brings you pleasure, is going through a shakeup, is going through a transformation, and a progressive kind of transformation. And you're also exerting a lot of energy and focus in that area, because you want a transformation, you want a change in the way you see things, in terms of your value, how you value things, and how you enjoy things. So during this time, you can trigger a new relationship, maybe start a new relationship, or especially with somebody with a karmic connection or soul connection. So you can maybe even find your soulmate around this time, or during that 18 months period, or immediately after that. The transit initially may feel a bit off balance, may put you off balance, but ultimately as the transit goes through, the transformation, the shakeup that comes in your love life is something you are definitely feel more connected with on a deeper level. So you will experience personal transformation through relationship and loved ones. Now this is also a time when your sense of self-worth, now Venus is to do with self-worth as well, so your self-worth and your awareness regarding your personal worth is increased as well. So you may expect more from your relationship, more from other people, just people you interact with, you connect with, relationship, one-to-one interactions. You may expect more from these energies. Now Venus does not just represent personal relationship, it can also represent business partnership, business relationship. So during this time you can definitely start a new business as well, or get yourself involved in a business partnership, you will definitely be interested in doing it if that's what you are looking at or you're working on. Definitely there is a kind of a growth inducing energy in that as well, and you'll feel a little bit more connected with, you know, the connections, the unions, the you know, the partnership that you're forming during this time. You'll be very much on the same page as well in terms of you know, meeting the right person, the right people, the right business people to connect with. Now Venus is also to do with the money aspect, you know, the financial matter, the personal finance, the material gains, your luxury side, possessions, assets, you know, all that, things that you brings you luxury, beauty and joy and all that. So when the transit North Node is conjunct your natal Venus, all these energies get enhanced as well. You will experience growth in your financial matters, you know, personal finance, income, you know, whatever you are looking at, whatever you're working on. There's a good opportunity for growth in there. Now this will play out over 18 months period or immediately after that, but you will experience you know, growth basically in your sense of self-worth, your awareness of your personal worth, your money matters, how you see yourself, you know, enhance your sense of identity as well in terms of how you project and how you look, and also, you know, how you connect with people, personal, business, both more on a deeper level going forward. Because with North Node on your Venus is it's a time of exerting and focus, because your focus is very much on these matters. So when your focus is on something, you you know, create opportunities in that area, you grow in that area, you learn about it, and you know, you evolve in that aspect of life. So this is what North Node is going to bring in your all your Venus matters. And with this energy, it's not an egoistic time, it's a very spiritual time, it's a very healing time, it's a very karmic time. So things that come your way is because of your efforts, because what you have been the efforts you have been putting in the past and even going forward. And it's a very healing time because the connections that you're making is not on superficial level, it's deeper, it's something you really connect with people, you know, your souls connect, so you feel very happy and understood as well, and hence your worth, your self-worth increases. You know, you value yourself more than other people valuing you. You yourself value yourself. You understand what you know, your capabilities are, what value you bring to the table in a relationship or in a business partnership. You are more aware of these energies, so you're able to, you know, attract abundance, prosperity in your life, because there is an awareness, and you can, you know, utilize the opportunities that come your way for your you know, greater good, to you know, walk on that life path, the path ahead, whatever that is, to, you know, to walk on that. You are able to bring in these positive energies, abundance energy, prosperity energies in your life. So the effect of North Node on natal Venus is a very happy time, pleasant time, where your social self is concerned, your social interaction, your social life, all that is concerned, you know, connecting with people, family members, any relationship in life, whether it's you know, family members, siblings, close ties, business people, your partner, children, whatever that might be, anybody in your life, your friends and all, you are very happy to connect with people, and it brings in a good energy in terms of celebrations as well, and you know, enjoyment as well. So you are maybe vacationing as well, so it's kind of a very positive energy to you know, bring these more happiness and connection in your life. Now with the financial matter, this could be a time also where you have released yourself from any kind of old financial matters that was holding you back, in terms of, if you know, if you had a loan or a debt, this could be a time, because there's an enhancement, because there is an enhancement and growth in your financial matters, you're able to pay or repay these debts, and you have, you know, clear yourself of the burden of, you know, financial upheaval, crisis that you might have been experiencing in the past. So definitely this North Node on your natal Venus is kind of a happy, positive time over the 18 months period. Now you may feel a sense of imbalance when it begins, because suddenly there is kind of a change, you're meeting people, things are changing, and you know, you need to balance or ground yourself, but ultimately, you know, you are in a happy place, in a better place. place at the end of it, because connections are deeper, your financial matters are better, financial growth is there, and it's just all happy celebrations, connections are coming in your life. So it's a good, positive, growth inducing time, most definitely, and it's a very spiritual time as well. So the connections and whatever is happening in your life, the growth is very from a karmic it's a karmic point of view, karmic evolution, and very it's connected to your spiritual growth, your spiritual self as well, because you feel healed and you feel transformed because of these experiences, and hence there's growth in your sense of self, your just overall identity. Now, transit South Node conjunct your natal moon could be a time of releasing yourself from old energies regarding connections, interactions, relationship, and this is again both business and person, and this is again both personal and business. Or if not physically disengaging or separating, this could be to do with changing your mindset, reassessing your mindset, old ways of doing things. This could also be a time of repaying any old karmic debt regarding your relationship and money matters, because Venus is to do with money as well. So you could be releasing or unstucking yourself from old ways of doing things, or just any kind of if there was a karmic angle to your relationship, you may feel you have released that, and now you can recreate the relationship, you can transform the relationship, heal yourself and other people in that relationship, and move forward with renewed energy, restored energy. So it's very important to focus on what brings true value to you, and what your true value is, and what other people's value is. So focus on what is of true value in life, and just being overly materialistic is not going to be beneficial with the South Node on your Venus, because South Node is this very intuitive, very spiritual, karmic kind of energy. Now both nodes are very karmic point and very spiritual points, but with the South Node on your natal moon, your relationship angle and your money matters, which is like really important pillars of life, goes through a transformation, a release from old ways. So it's very healing when this transformation takes place, and so it's very important to reassess any past ways of doing things. And once this 18 months period is past, the transit, the South Node moves on from your natal Venus, you'll feel a bit more energized, because you see things in a different perspective, you see relationship and your financial matter in a different perspective, because the old debt is paid, the old ways of doing things is released, and you have unstuck yourself from your own self, basically your own thinking, and how you think in a relationship, how you function in a relationship, how you handle your finances, how your expenditure, your materialistic side, you're overly focused on material aspect, also goes through a transformation, a spiritual transformation, and you understand that there's more to life. So you're able to analyze, and you're able to remove any destructive, negating kind of patterns in your money and relationship matters. And once all this is resolved, you are healed, and you can bring in new energy in these matters. And you may also come across second chances, second opportunities in love and financial matters. So you may be presented with an opportunity that was there in the past, but it did not come your way, but it shows up during this South Node on your natal Venus. Maybe a past relationship, or a past financial situation, past money situation, or money that was owed to you comes back to you during this time. So there is definitely a need to transform the way you think about, or the way you perceive relationship and financial matters. And once you have released, you'll heal yourself, transform your life, and be able to grow as a result of it. So when transit North Node conjuncts your natal Mars, this is a time when we are fully exerting ourselves, tirelessly exerting ourselves in whatever, what we want to achieve, whatever desires we have, whatever ambitions we have. We are fully engaged. we are fully exerting ourselves in that area, wherever your Mars is in the sign or the house placement in your chart, in that area of life. Now Mars is associated with our energy, our drive, and wherever it sits in your chart in the sign and house, that's where we exert maximum, where we put our energy and where we put our focus maximum on. Now with the transit north node on your natal Mars, you are very clear about your path, you're very clear where you want to go, where you're very much clear about your ambitions, goals, your drive, desire, whatever that is. You're crystal clear about it, and you are ready, willing to exert your full focus and energy in that area. Now north node is a progressive, forward moving, extroverted kind of energy, and so is Mars. Mars is also to do with this action, extroversion, desire, moving forward, taking action. So when these two comes together, it's really, whichever sign and house it affects in, you are very much totally willing to work and focus on that area tirelessly and with full energy, willing to take all the action that you need to take to move forward. This transit brings out your ambitious side, your determined side. Any obstacles that comes your way during this time, you're very willing and very capable of overcoming them as well, because this drive and this force, that this shake up, this transformation that's happening in the way you take action, in the way you go after your goals is changing. So you're approaching your ambition in life with kind of a renewed, transformed energy. So it's like a kind of renewed, rebirthing kind of energy. You're driven to create life, you're driven to create opportunities for yourself that resonates with you, resonates with your goals, resonates with where you want to be, your whatever your personal goals and ambitions are, whatever your strengths, whatever your unique gifts, talents, whatever they are. You're very connected with them, you are resonating with them totally, and you're focused and ambitious, so you're very driven to take action in that area. Now Mars is also to do with leadership. It's about taking on challenges, it's about getting yourself out of comfort zone and putting yourself on the line and exerting yourself. So with the transit north node conjunct your natal Mars, you are definitely willing and very focused on doing these things. This is a time to take on any leadership role. It's the time to lead a team, or show what your strengths are. Any challenges that you face during this time, you have the energy to overcome them, and you're very high on energy. So it's a great time to involve yourself in sports or exercise, anything that you're putting on the back burner, or you have not been very much fully involved in. This time you will definitely be more willing to take on the exercise, or any kind of Martian activities, adventure, doing things, new things, adventurous things, because you feel very competitive and motivated as well with this energy, with this north node on your natal Mars. You're willing to do extra, you're willing to go after your goals, you're willing to walk that extra mile. So it's a very enterprising time for you as well. You can take on new initiative, new ventures, start a new business, whatever you want to start. You have all the energy you need to go on that path. So if you have transit north node conjunct your natal Mars, this is the perfect time to start whatever you had it on hold until now, because you're willing to follow through your ideas, whatever you are getting yourself involved in. You can also have kind of a risk taking side to it. So all these energies are definitely there. Now overall north node is a kind of a spiritual karmic energy as well. So whatever actions you are taking, you feel well supported as well, because that's where your karmic growth is going to take place. This action that you're taking, and whatever you're getting involved in is from something that you see, something you feel spiritually connected with, and that's why you're able to take action, and you're very tirelessly working on those whatever you want to wherever your Mars sits in your chart, the sign and the house placement. So both comes into play. So it's definitely overall it's a really good energy to move things forward and be more spiritually connected, karmically connected with whatever you're trying to achieve. Just be mindful of not being reckless or taking risk that is not not well thought of. So definitely a forethought is required. So overall, it's a very moving forward kind of time, ambitions, action oriented time, and it's a great time to exert and focus your energies in that matter, to experience the soul growth, and to learn and grow yourself, your sense of personal identity as well. Now, transit South Node conjunct your natal Mars is a time when you are reassessing or reanalyzing your past actions, old ambitions, old goals, things that you were connected to in the past on energetic level. All these things goes through a rethinking, a reassessing, reanalyzing, and anything that is kind of stuck in that matter, it needs to be released so that you can grow. And any old action that you took that is keeping you stuck needs to be released. So there's a need to reassess old matters. Now, if there was a good idea in the past that you could not take action on, this time you can restart and take, bring in old initiatives, old past, anything that you were taking action on in the past which couldn't move forward. This is time to bring them forward and rethink about it, plan it again, and move on that whatever you're working on. Now, just be mindful of not being reckless during this time and thinking over whatever you're doing, because errors can occur, and your overall efficiency can get affected. So whatever actions you want to take, whatever initiatives that you want to take, think over it from calm mind, and then take action so that you get fruitful outcome. Now, with South Node conjunct your natal Mars, this can also be a time when any past efforts you reap the rewards of the past efforts or past actions you took in any areas of life, whether it's your career matters, your relationship, any areas, or wherever your Mars sits in your chart, the sign and house, wherever that sits, any past actions taken in that area of life, you may see the results, the outcome now, or any past opportunities that was missed may come back to you. So definitely it's time to modify your approach, how you see things, how you approach things, so that you can utilize these past opportunities for your growth. So if your old mindset is keeping you stuck in old ways of doing things, the old actions, the old ambitions that you have, and modify your outlook, your perspective, how you think, how you see regarding the actions that you take, and see it from a different angle so that you can utilize these past opportunities that is coming back to you. So with transit South Node conjunct your natal Mars, there is a possibility of conflicts arising, confrontation arising as well, in wherever your Mars sits in your chart. So it's definitely a good idea to approach these things in a more spiritual way, because nodes are this karmic and spiritual axis. So when a natal planet comes close to the lunar nodes, it's definitely a time to see things from a less egoistic space and more of a spiritual kind of growth inducing kind of space, and things that were not working for you, or the need to get into confrontation needs to be released so that you can grow and evolve your ambitions, actions, energy, overall energy also. You can go through a change, a transformation. Now, if you're feeling low in energy, because Mars is to do with your immune system, your blood flow in the body. So if you're feeling low in energy or unable to take action because of low energy, definitely it's time to have a relook at your food intake, or the exercise regime, routine, whatever you have, or the lack of it. So definitely release old ways of doing things and move forward so that you have renewed energy, transformed energy to bring opportunities and growth in your life. Now, when transit North Node conjuncts your natal Jupiter in your chart, what you can expect is gain in or benefits in spiritual and material, both aspects of life. Now, Jupiter is our expansion, where we feel hopeful, where we are confident about things. Now wherever it sits in your chart, the sign and the house placement, that is the area of life we want to grow, we want to evolve, we want to expand, and we feel confident about that area of life. Now with North Node, which is a progressive energy, which is like moving forward energy. North Node is an energy where we exert our energy, where we are fully focused, where we want to grow and learn and expand anyways. Now with North Node, which is an expansive and progressive energy in itself, meets with Jupiter, which is about expansion. You can truly expand beyond any previous limitations you had. So anything that was limiting you, anything that was limiting you in the past, you can really overcome that energy because you feel so optimistic, hopeful, progressive. You are, you got this energy as well to pursue whatever you desire, whatever your heart's desire is. You are definitely very much focused. You are ready to exert your energy on it. Now this can be material and spiritual, both aspects. Now Jupiter is not only about abundance in terms of financial or material side, it's also to do with, and it's mostly a lot to do with your spiritual side, to expand yourself spiritually. And with North Node, which is a karmic point anyways, it's a very spiritual time as well. So the growth that comes during this time has a spiritual aspect to it. It's not a mindless, senseless growth, expansion. It's got its roots in where you feel spiritually connected with. So you want to expand in the area wherever Jupiter is in your chart, the sign and house placement. In that area you want to expand, but you are very spiritual, and it does not come from an egoistic place. Now North Node, when it comes close to your natal Jupiter, initially you may feel the blockages and limitations because North Node is the axis. The North Node and South Node creates the imbalance which needs to be balanced basically. So over that 18 months period when it's transiting your North Node, you will have a lot of beneficial outcome over the period of time. And even if you feel any kind of illusion or blockages or limitations to pursue that because maybe your focus is somewhere else, this is the time to use this North Node on your Jupiter to feel a bit more confident, more trust yourself basically to pursue whatever you want to pursue, whatever your goals and ambition is. So this is a time when you probably will be adopting new way of living, new lifestyle, new spiritual beliefs, just your mindset, your whole overall way of thinking, your philosophies in life. All that can go through a change, a progress, a transformation, a shift from what it was, what the pattern were from in the past. You're shifting to a new way of doing things, a new way of thinking. Now this is the time also when you're very much interested in exploring and expanding. So traveling and learning all comes in the mix. So if you get opportunity to travel and learn and basically to explore, beyond your limitations, beyond your current, area of, where you function, where your current circumstances are, current location. So it's a good time to travel, to learn, experience new culture, meet new people, and all this will expand your mind. And you may also come across influential people, new encounters that will help you grow, that will help you evolve, and will help you expand your mind, will help you see a world in a different way. It will see other people's perspective and expand your mind, overall mind. So this transiting North Node definitely has a lot of beneficial emphasis on your natal Jupiter. You may receive a lot of favor, things may work out for you, things may turn out in your favor. Any past efforts or past sacrifices may reap rewards during this time. So you may experience, positive, growth-orienting, expansive kind of outcome for anything, any past efforts, or if you held yourself from experiencing something in the past, or limited yourself from, doing something. Maybe you wanted to learn, or maybe you wanted to travel and you were not able to do in the past. Now is the time when you actually can take on these opportunities, and opportunities will come your way as well to grow and evolve and really utilize this 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 transiting North Node on your natal Jupiter. Now Jupiter is about expansion, growth. It's about optimism as well. Now it can also means over optimism, over confidence, overextending yourself, overestimating yourself, your capabilities as well. And with North Node, which is about progress, amplification, overconfidence, maybe illusion as well. So it can give you overconfidence and overestimate yourself as well. So it's very important to balance yourself and see, where you should expand and what are the possibilities, realistic possibilities. And it can also lead to over expenditure because you're very hopeful, money's coming, money's flowing, finances are good, so you overspend, and then it can, by the time this transit is over, you can be in a financial mess. So it's very important to weigh the options and be more sensible when you are taking on new opportunities. And growth and expansion is most definitely there, but overdoing is definitely not a sensible thing to do. Now, if you do get into a financial mess during this transit because of the way you handle money, you may also receive help from other people to get you out of that the rut that you're stuck in, the financial rut. So during this time, even though you do get in a mess, there is a possibility to get some help, and that help can be from other people, from bank, wherever financial help can come, maybe a loan or something. But I would say it's better to be sensible, and why get in a financial mess at all where you need help from other people, especially due to overindulgence and expenditure. When you can manage your money better, it's a good idea to do manage your money better. Now, if you do need help, there's no shame in asking, but overall, it's a very positive time. Financial growth do occur, so just watch out on your expenditure as well during this time. Now, the other aspect is the health, and the weight loss or gain can also occur during this time, because again, Jupiter is this over optimistic, happy energy. You may be overindulging, whether it's money, food, or luxury, or just experiences. Can be any kind of overindulgence. So again, it's a good idea to be mindful of where you're going and what you are spending your time and energy in. But overall, with this transit north node on your natal Jupiter, it's actually a very beneficial time for your spiritual and material growth, and it's a good time to travel, learn, expose yourself to new opportunities, new possibilities, new life path, your life purpose. You also get a grasp of your life purpose, what you're here to do, because with natal north node, which is about learning and understanding what you're here for, and with Jupiter, the spiritual energy, when these two come together, you may also get understanding of what you're here to do, what is your calling in life, what is your life path, and all that. So overall, transiting north node conjuncting your natal Jupiter is a happy energy, and you will feel confident. Now, transit south node conjunct your natal Jupiter. This is a time when anything that is keeping you held back, keeping you stuck due to your way of thinking, your perspective, your philosophy, maybe you have limited yourself or not exposed yourself to enough experiences, or have not, or shied away from taking on new opportunities. This is the time to release all those old energies and really look at yourself, your philosophy, your belief system, the opportunities that's coming your way, or the lack of opportunity, anything that's keeping you stuck because of the way you think, because of what you believe in. This is time to release all those old energies. Now, it's a very karmic time because south node is about the past, so it's to do with the past pattern, it's to do with anything done in the past as well. Now, Jupiter is to do with wealth, it's to do with expansion, it's to do with your spirituality. So any efforts put in the past in this area, you will see the outcome. So you may regain lost wealth, or something that was taken away from you, something that was owed to you may come back in financial matters. So all the positive karma around your financial matter, your spiritual matters, pays off during this time, most definitely. But it's important to think and believe in yourself, and see the bigger picture, open your mind to possibilities, to different perspective, to new encounters as well, because maybe sometimes what is holding you back is your own thinking, is your own belief system. When you let go of these stuck energies in the way you think, the way what you believe in, then you open doors to the world, and the world is your oyster. Sky is the limit. So transit south node conjunct your natal Jupiter is great time to expand and return to old things that you wanted to learn, something that you wanted to learn in the past, or maybe places you wanted to travel in the past, or any kind of experience that you were holding yourself back in the past. This is a time you can utilize those energies. All you need to do is be more optimistic. Obviously, over optimism is not a sensible thing to do, because that can lead to setting wrong goals. So you need to understand what your capabilities are, what your skills are, and how much do you want to expand, where you want to go. And then take up the opportunities that come your way, or create opportunities by releasing old ways of thinking, old belief system. Now Jupiter is also to do with expansion in all ways possible. So wherever your Jupiter is in your chart, that area could get expanded because of some kind of past energies returning to you, or you releasing past mindset. Now this can also lead to relocating, moving away from your current situation if you are feeling stuck and you feel there's no growth or expansion in the current situation. So definitely South Node is going to unearth all these past energies and will present to you through your own effort these opportunities for growth and expansion. Now any limitations that you feel needs to be released, any blockages that you feel during this time needs to be released, and you need to find a balance to be able to move forward. So overall, with transit South Node conjunct your natal Jupiter, it's definitely time to regain confidence and trust yourself and believe in yourself more. Now transit North Node, when it conjuncts your natal Saturn in your chart, in your birth chart, what you can expect is powerful karmic lessons coming your way during this time. Now Saturn is to do with our ambition, areas where we need to take responsibility basically, and wherever it sits in your chart, your sign or house placement, that's the area of life you may experience maximum challenges, limitations, obstacles in. And that's because maximum learning, maximum karmic learning, karmic lessons are focused in that area. Now when transit North Node comes close to your natal Saturn, it's a very karmic time, for the lessons you have already learned and the lessons that you need to learn moving forward. So during this time you will experience doors closing or opening in your life, and opportunities coming or not coming in your life, and all that has a karmic connotation to it. All the things that you have achieved until now, all the efforts that you have put until now, because of that, the doors open or close for you during this time. Now North Node is a kind of a progressive kind of energy, so you are probably very willing to overcome your limitations during this time. So it's a good idea to allow things to happen and to things to fall in place by itself, and not to force things and not to rush things, because though North Node is about exerting energy and exerting focus, when it comes close to your natal Saturn, it is kind of exerting energy in Saturnian way. Now Saturn is to do with limitations, restrictions, challenges in life. It is the area where we need to master, we need to learn, and North Node here is going to facilitate that learning. Now this is the time, this is the opportunity for you to mature and take responsibility, and advance on that life path, advance on that life purpose, the reason why you're born, the karmic reason why you have taken this birth, this reincarnation. It is to resolve any kind of obstacles that is stopping your growth, is not helping you grow. Now with this transit North Node coming close to your Saturn, it's a very karmic time. It's a very time for experiencing karmic lessons, especially depending on what you have been doing until now, your past experience, past lessons, how you have been leading your life. Now this is a great time to really have a better perspective, better understanding, attain greater wisdom, regarding your life matters, especially where there's hindrances, where there's obstacles, where there's growth not taking place, or it's very limited or slow growth, because it's faced with so much challenges to achieve that matter wherever Saturn sits in your chart. So this transit North Node on your natal Saturn will discipline you, will make you more patient, will give you more responsibility, more commitment, and all this is to learn that karmic lesson, to be able to go on that life path, because this is a really good time to overcome any past limitations, to be able to free yourself from being stuck in that old energies, especially if it's to do with your mindset, because sometimes with Saturn what happens, it may not be an external thing that is stopping us, it's our own mindset, how we perceive where the challenges are. If we change the mindset, if you change your subconscious, your emotional understanding of your Saturn, wherever Saturn is, you may be able to heal yourself and move forward, and this transformation takes place, this shake up, the shift takes place, because North Node is about transforming, it's about turning things around and putting you on that path where you need to go, where you need to be. So following this transit, you will have a newly established sense of stability and security, and you will see upward movement in terms of your profession, because Saturn is to do with your work, career as well. Once you have resolved all this past karma, once you have resolved your emotional limitations and whatever physical limitations around external limitation that is stopping you from growing, you'll be able to grow, and the relationship with authority figures will also improve, it will grow, and you'll understand those energies better following this transit. So overall, it's very important to see this transit as a opportunity for growth through karmic lessons, through learning about matters in life that is limiting you, and to take responsibility and commit and be patient and disciplined to be able to make progress. And the challenges that you face due to your natal Saturn placement, you'll see it in a different light, you'll see it, you'll have a different understanding of it, most definitely going forward. So with this transit North Node on your natal Saturn, it's very important to see things not as if it's happening, as if something wrong is happening to you, as if something is limiting your growth, and wherever you try to put effort, it's not yielding you any result, it's not giving you the fruits of your action and all that. See it as something that is good for for your greater good, because any opportunities, any doors that close or open for you during this time is all divinely timed, it's all spiritually timed, it's all for your to put you on that life path where you need to go, that life purpose, the growth, the karmic growth, the lesson that you need to learn in the bigger picture of life. That's what this North Node, the transit North Node, is going to set you on. So see this transit as if you're shedding old skin through difficulties, through challenges, but ultimately at the end of it, the growth will take place when the lesson is learned, and you will experience growth in all aspects of life, because Saturn, once the lesson is learned, the Saturnian lesson is learned, Saturn is most giving, is most beneficial. It can really give you positive, great, beneficial outcome of your whatever your life is, whatever you experience, whatever efforts you have been putting. So this transit North Node is kind of helping you, put you on that path. So any imbalance, challenges, confusion, illusion around this time is only to set you to help you move ahead. Now transit South Node on your natal Saturn is a time when you are kind of reassessing past efforts and analyzing past efforts, past actions taken, past karma around matters wherever your Saturn sits in your chart, the sign and the house placement. So you're reviewing old action, old energies, and kind of analyzing why you did not get the outcome that you were deserving or you were hoping. What happened? Where did you fall short? So this South Node is kind of a time to analyze the past situation so that you're able to understand where you lack and where you're limiting yourself and how you can grow out of it, so that you can bring in this growth in your life and put yourself on that life path. So once you have analyzed and assessed and you have a better understanding of what is lacking, where the efforts are lacking, where the action is lacking, this is the time to understand and not repeat those mistakes as well. So this is the time to take responsibility. Don't shy away from taking responsibility, because once you take responsibility of your past action, you have better understanding within yourself to move forward. And when you move forward as a result of taking responsibility for yourself, that's when the real growth, the spiritual growth, the true growth occurs. Now, the south node on your natal Saturn also is a great opportunity to free yourself from any burden, any past burden, especially if it's weighing you down. This is the time to release yourself from it. So if it was any kind of a debt, material debt, financial debt, this could be a great time to pay off that financial debt. And all the karmic debt will be paid off as well, because of any kind of things that was holding you back from past. Now, south node is to do with past, and that can be a former life, earlier life, whatever you want to, however you want to take it. But any karmic debt around Saturnian matter, which is your action, which is your responsibility, commitment, how you take responsibility and commitment. So any kind of karmic bond, connections, material, moral, this is the opportunity to release yourself from, those energy, unburden yourself. And this comes through analyzing, reassessing past ways of doing things, taking responsibility and not repeating those mistakes again. That's the way you move forward. This transit south node on your natal Saturn is truly a kind of a second chance in life, because this is removing any obstacles, any constraints, any restrictions, limitations from past, from your earlier the life until now, the current life, whatever, any in that area, wherever you feel limitations and all that, this is time to release that. So do recognize what you have done wrong. Take responsibility, mature yourself in that area, commit yourself for growth in that area, and really this will help you, stabilize you, secure you for the future. And wherever Saturn sits in your chart, there's a need to mature there, and the south node is going to bring that energy for you to mature there by understanding past action and taking responsibility for it. Now, if there were any issues with authority figures, and authority figure can be anybody in your career matters, external, internal, parents, whoever, if there was any kind of limitations, or if there is a need to take responsibility in those matters, this south node is going to help you understand, reassess, reevaluate your way of doing things, and will give you opportunity as well to make those changes, to make this growth. But it first needs to come from your own internal understanding, internal need, desire to bring those change in your life. Once you are ready for that, once you have your mindset on it, then you can use this transit south node on your natal Saturn to really turn your life around, take more responsibility, mature. And this is going to actually help you reap rewards, will give you positive outcome, rewards for your past actions once it has been resolved, and the energy, and you've moved on from that past energy by taking responsibility and not repeating it. Now, when transit north node conjuncts your natal Uranus, this is the time to take a radical new life direction. Now, wherever your Uranus, the natal Uranus, sits in your chart, the sign and the house placement, that's where you are thinking out of the box. Now, Uranus signifies the area of life where we feel excited about, where we are receptive to new ideas, where we are ready to think outside the box, where we are ready to bring changes, even sudden changes. Now, when transit north node conjuncts your natal Uranus, this is the time to pursue your own unique dreams. Strike out on your own, go in that radical new direction, the new life path, something that you feel excited about, something that really gets you going, something that you are intuitively connected, kind of your higher mind knows that this is the right direction for you, even if it seems unconventional, unorthodox, but this is what you want to do. And this transit north node on your natal Uranus is definitely going to push you to get really excited about this new life direction. Now initially it may feel a bit imbalanced or uncertain, because Uranus has this uncertainty kind of energy to it. You may feel imbalanced, uncertain, maybe even disruptive as well as you walk on that path, as you take on that new as you take on that new direction or new opportunity, you may feel a bit unsettled. But over that 18 months period, if you fully embrace your Uranus, natal Uranus, with this transit north node on it, you will see some drastic change, exciting change. You will be very excited. Whatever life path it takes you on, whatever life path it takes you on, you'll feel very excited about and very sure about it as well, once that 18 months period has passed. Because in that 18 months period, there's a lot of uncertainty, imbalance, challenges as well, a lot of disruptions. So dissatisfaction, disappointment can come, but you need to embrace it fully to make it happen. So this unconventional new path that you want to walk on, and this shake-up that is brought by this north node on your Uranus, because north node is this shaking up, transforming, changing kind of energy, and Uranus also is kind of brings in that electrifying, exciting energy to it, disruptive as well. So when you are on this exciting new path, on this unconventional, exciting new life direction, opportunities, new opportunities, sudden opportunities, really out of the blue kind of opportunities, situations will come your way. You will be faced with even people, maybe some influential people, somebody who can help you realize wherever your Uranus sits. Things will happen seemingly, like out of the blue, and it will set you on that life direction. It may take a bit of time, but at the end of it, you will be on that life path if you fully embrace that Uranus energy and this north node, transit north node on your Uranus. You need to believe in yourself, because when you are going on this unconventional path, something that you haven't done before, it can be daunting, at first. But if you believe in yourself and you trust your vision, you trust your mind, you trust your instinct, this is the right direction for you, even if it seems uncertain at the moment. The best thing to do is really think progressively, embrace the energy, and really set yourself on that life direction. So basically, it's very important around this time to be open-minded, to break out of old routines, old ways of doing things, be more optimistic, be more forward-thinking, be more progressive, allow the change to come to you, allow, if the opportunities are coming to you, let it happen. Don't stop yourself, don't restrict yourself from utilizing those opportunities because of fear or constraints, or just because it's so unconventional, you don't know if it's going to reap positive reward. There's a lot of uncertainty element to this north node on your Uranus, but you have to trust your vision, and you have to release yourself from old mindset and be open-minded basically around this time. So with this transit, life won't be same as before. There's a change coming towards you. So you need to adapt, you need to grow, and adapt around this time, because when things happen quick and fast, you need to be ready for it. You need to adapt to it to make the best use of it. So there can be sudden opportunities coming your way, sudden job changes, maybe a loss of job or change of job or relationship, or just anything, relocation, whatever that might be, wherever your Uranus sits in your chart. There will be an overhaul, a reboot, a complete a transformation of that house matter, of that sign matter. So this north node, which is such a karmic energy, is a spiritual energy, is going to really transform, and this change is happening to set you on that life path. There's a big reason behind this change, and that is to unstuck you from old ways of doing things, and be a little bit more forward thinking, bring change in your life, and appreciate and embrace that change, because that is setting you on that life path that you need to be on. So things will move really fast with this energy. Things may abruptly end, or things may abruptly start, and this is to do with your mindset as well. It's not just an external events happening to you, it's your own mindset as well. You can suddenly have an epiphany and you see things differently. Your perspective is different, so you are seeing things that could be an unconventional thing. It may not be a physically things happening from outside forces. You yourself are thinking from a different perspective. So things happening around is changed now, is transformed. And with Uranus, there could be a technology aspect to it, because Uranus is associated with technology, and with north node, it's also a progressive, futuristic energy, so that also has got a kind of a technology kind of theme to it. So together, when these two energies come together, there could be something that there's a change in technological aspect of life, or whatever, however you're interacting with people, there might be a technical aspect to it. So this transit north node on your natal Uranus is definitely a time for a radical new life direction, but the most important thing is to embrace it fully, to really walk on that unconventional path, the new path. And this may have to do with just that your mindset is going through a change, and you're looking at your world, your life, everything in your life in a new perspective. Now, when transit south node conjuncts your natal Uranus, what you're doing is you're looking at past actions, past perspective, past ways of thinking, because Uranus is to do with your higher mind. You're looking at those things in a different way, in a new perspective, with an open mind. So you're analyzing those areas of life, and you're probably getting like a sudden enlightenment regarding that matter, regarding how you have been living or how you have been dealing with that energy until now. Now, wherever Uranus sits in your chart, the sign and house, you need to look at that energy and how you have been dealing with that energy, how you have been, what was your perspective in that area of life. And this south node on your natal Uranus will give you a sudden kind of epiphany, a sudden enlightenment regarding that, sudden change of mind, sudden electrifying change of mind. You are looking at those matter with a different mindset, maybe another solution. Your old ways of thinking is, it's not working anymore, so you are looking at these past issues in a new perspective, and this can happen suddenly. So this will bring a sudden and drastic kind of transformation. Now, this can also mean unstucking yourself from old energies. If you were stuck in a situation where it was limiting for you, especially this can be just your mindset, how you see things. If you had a limiting perspective, you will be probably feel a bit more rebellious, revolting, wanting to revolt against the status quo in that matter around this time. So south node is to do with the past action. This can be earlier life or former life as well, whichever you want to take it. And with Uranus, it's to do with your higher mind, your sense of knowing. So that sense of knowing may, if there's any kind of stuck energy in there, because maybe it's influenced by other things in your life, this south node is going to release any old karmic debt around that matter in your way of thinking, and you will probably unstuck yourself from any constraint and move on, so that you can bring in this positive, sudden, electrifying kind of transformation in your life. It will almost feel like kind of a rebooting, resetting the tone of your life around this time. It may feel like you have downloaded some information from the universe, and you're thinking differently, you're enlightened, you see that area of life in a different way, and thus you bring that transformation and new energy in that area of life. Now, this can also be a time of second opportunities, second chances for you, things that you were not able to do in the past in that area, or your perspective or your old perspective are changing, you bringing new perspective. So there could be an element of being given a second chance in that area. So definitely it's important to look at these matters in a new perspective, to be able to utilize these past opportunities that are returning back to you. And even if you feel the element of uncertainty, which is a very Uranian energy, you can feel disruptive, anxious, stressed, uncertain about wherever your Uranus is, but its most important thing is to see things logically and out of the box, and also use your intuition as well. Find a balance between your logical mind and your intuitive side, and find a solution. And the imbalances and challenges that you face during this time, it's very important to be able to reassess your situation, analyze your situation with an open mind, so that you can embrace this exciting new future, new life direction, and are able to release any kind of anxiety that may come due to the uncertain nature of this whole experience of this transit. Now, when transit north node conjuncts your natal Neptune, this transit inspires you to pursue your life's purpose, your soul's purpose. You feel very connected with your life path, your soul's path. Now, Neptune signifies our imagination. So wherever it's in your chart, the sign and the house, that's where you feel inspired. That's where you fantasize, you dream about that area of life. Now, with this transit North Node, which is about focusing your energy on that matter. So when it conjuncts your natal Neptune in your chart, you are intuitively led towards your calling, whatever the calling in life, whatever you feel connected spiritually, instinctively, intuitively, whatever you feel connected, you are definitely willing to exert more energy. You're more focused, determined, progressive in that area. Now, North Node signifies the area of life we are learning, experiencing. We haven't experienced that area before, or we haven't experienced it for a very long period of time. Now with Neptune, it's about our compassion, how we empathize, our inspiration, imagination, our spiritual side, our subconscious side, and all that, and also healing side. So with this North Node on your Neptune, you may get involved in work that concerns other people, helping other people. So that could definitely be teen, and you may feel this over 18 months period. The life's calling, the life purpose may somewhere constitute you needing to help other people, and this can come in any area of life. Maybe you are an artist and you want to help others through your art. Maybe you are, you're in a caring line and you want to help others through that, or in whatever line you are in, you feel that, you connect with people on more, spiritual level. You empathize with them more, you have more compassion, and you really want to help others. So that's the connection during this time with this North Node on your Neptune. So during this time, you're very much on that healing path. You're on that spiritual path. You're required to embrace this spirituality, this growth, this healing, the internal healing, the subconscious healing, fully, so that you can really make the best use of it, and you can really embrace this new spiritual path, that you're on now. Now, Neptune is also to do with confusion, delusion, because Neptune energy is a blurry energy, it's nebulous energy, and the boundaries may be blurred. You may not understand your limit or other people's limit. So with this North Node, which is like a very and with this North, which is like a focused energy, exerting energy, you're focused on that area of life. So it may lead to confusion, delusion, or just not being able to understand wherever your Neptune sits in your chart. That area of life that may seem blurred, confusing because of lack of clarity. So there can be issues arising due to that. So it's very important with this transiting North Node on your natal Neptune to lead from a place of understanding your subconscious first, to have that self-awareness before you kind of take any decision, because there can be a lot of confusion, and because of lack of clarity, you may go on a path that is not conducive to your growth. So North Node on your Neptune will dissolve old connection and can form new connection, or just the way you see life. Wherever in the Neptune sits in your chart, the house and sign placement, that area may dissolve, especially old energies in that area may dissolve, so that new paths are open to you, new ways of thinking, new ways of doing in that area. The new spiritual path is open to you. Now, any kind of confusion in your life due to lack of clarity in that area may be amplified because of this North Node. So it's very important to lead from a place of self-awareness, to understand your motivations first, why you're doing something, so that when you're on that path, your reasons are clear, your motivations are clear, and you understand your path better. Now, North Node is a very karmic point. The energy is very karmic, so it can create uncertainty, confusion, imbalance, as well as you are pursuing that transit, the conjunction with the natal Neptune. Now, this can create a situation of deception, self-deception, or being deceived by other people, or just people in your life. The connection or circumstances can deceive you because you're not able to see it clearly. So it's very important to see to your motivation, what motivates you, and create more self-awareness and heal yourself before you set yourself on this path. Now, Neptune is also to do with your dream world, your subconscious. So you may have very interesting dreams around this time, or dreams that is filled with messages. So you will be able to understand, and you may also be in circumstances where you can materialize these dreams, make it happen, turn into reality. So again, you need to lead it from a space of self-awareness and motivation. See to you what motivates you, what are your internal motivations, and go on that spiritual path, that life's calling, the soul's calling, soul's purpose, whatever that might be. And you will be very inspired to pursue during this transit whatever you feel from within, whatever brings inner contentment to you. Now with transit south node on your natal Neptune, it's a very interesting time. It's a very psychically driven time. Your intuition is very strong, your imagination is very strong, because the south node is to do with the past, and it's also to do with your intuition, because you can only make your south node work if you lead from an intuitive space. You pay attention to your intuition, the messages that's come, the gut feeling, the instinct, your psychic abilities, introspection, contemplation. That's what south node is about. You cannot make your south node function by being overly logical about it. Now Neptune is also your psychic ability. It's to do with your imagination, it's to do with your intuition. So when transit south node conjuncts your natal Neptune, this is a great time to develop these psychic abilities. Even if you were suppressing these until now, this is the time to really develop these energies, and you will be able to understand your intuition better, and maybe even use it in your daily life, how to make decisions, because the messages could be very strong. The messages coming to you, what you're thinking, you're intuitively feeling, can be very, very strong. Now this south node can also bring in opportunities to realize an old dream. Now that dream could be related to your spiritual side, your compassionate side, your empathetic side, your healing side, the need to heal others, the need to help others. So that those things can definitely be there, and the south node can really bring those energies to the surface, and you'll be able to take action on these past motivations, these past needs to explore your spiritual side. This south node, transit south node on your natal Neptune, is definitely going to dig out all that energies, past intuitive energies, and will bring it to surface, so that you can use this the strength that you have, the power that you have to heal others, help others, and you'll feel very divinely supported as well during this time. You will almost feel that this is your calling, this is what you're here to do. So this is a good time to really stabilize your mind, your subconscious self. If there's any paranoia, phobia, fear, things stemming from your subconscious side, if it leads to depression or anxiety or stress, it's very important to stabilize your mind, and this you can do through retreating, meditation, yoga, really going within yourself to seek answers rather than seeking external energies, external validation. So it's definitely time to trust yourself, trust your intuition, your psychic abilities, and develop those psychic abilities as well. Now just be mindful, because Neptune is to do with your subconscious, and south node is to do with past. So there can be some kind of phobias or fear stemming from the past, which can deceive you, lead to self-deception, lead to self-undoing, self-sabotaging as well. So it's very important to lead from a balanced space, balanced mind, and release any subconscious fears, phobias, and lead from a kind of a more intuitive space. Just trust yourself, just trust your inner knowledge, and you'll be able to use this transit south node on your Neptune to develop the psychic abilities, your intuition, to be able to be on that spiritual path, your soul's calling. Now when transit north node conjuncts your natal Pluto, there's a desire for complete transformation. There's a desire to accept, your own true personal power. Now, Pluto symbolizes our sense of destiny, our need for transformation. So wherever Pluto is in your chart, in the sign and in the house placement in your chart, that's the area of life you experience a complete rebirth over your lifetime. So when transit north node, which is about exerting your focus on it, your energy on it while it transits. So on your Pluto, it's about realizing where your true power lies. What is your soul's mission? What is your destiny? What is your life path? What is your greater purpose? What is your mission? All that is highlighted during this time, and you're very willing to bring this complete rebirth in that area as well. You want a complete overhaul, complete transformation. Now this obviously does not happen overnight. It takes the entire 18 months period while the transit lasts, and even after that you can experience the outcome, the complete rebirthing even after that. So this transit, it will completely redefine yourself and your path. Now you do need to look at Pluto in your chart, wherever it sits, the house and sign. That's where this transformation is focused while North Node is transiting that area of your chart. Now North Node is a very karmic energy. It's a very spiritual energy. It's related to your subconscious, your emotional side. It's not a physical energy. And with Pluto, which is the energy of transformation, what it's asking you is to shed any fear or shed any guilt, shame, or any superficial layers you might have on your personality or your mind, the way you think, to be able to embrace your your true strength, your true power, or true talents, and the capabilities that you have, the the energies that you have, the skills that you have. To be able to fully embrace that, it's very important to release anything that is superficial, anything that is not deep rooted, anything that is not coming from within you, from your inner energy. You need to release all those things, anything superficial, anything that is external, anything that is even your mindset. If you're thinking on a more superficial level regarding that Pluto matter, you need to release those on a the physical side, the material side of it, and you need to become a little bit more spiritual to understand your life mission in that area. Now transit North Node on your natal Pluto will bring this rediscovery of yourself, this understanding of your life mission through challenges, through losses, through restrictions. So it's very important to confront and understand these limitations, these issues, these fears, these challenges that's coming into your life, and to be able to transform that area, you need to overcome these limitations, you need to overcome these fears, so that you can embrace your true power and set yourself on that the soul mission regarding that matter. So this will involve transformation, regeneration, transmutation, reorganization of your whole being, your whole mental being, your physical being, how you see yourself, how you see your life, because a transformation doesn't happen on a superficial level. It needs to go really deep. It needs to unearth all the negative energies, all the challenges, all the obstacles in your life, so that you can rebuild. So it's very important for transformation to occur. You are not thinking on a superficial level, and you're really going deep within to release any negative aspect of that area. Now this transit will lead to a complete change in consciousness. It will lead to complete change in your foundation. It's a fundamental foundational regeneration will occur with this North Node on your Pluto. Now it happens once every 18 to 19 years, so it is a kind of a very long transit. It doesn't happen every year or every 2 years. It's a kind of sets you on the path for the next 18 to 19 years, this regeneration, this transformation that it brings with this North Node transit, North Node on your natal Pluto. The transformation that comes about is going to set you on that soul mission for the next 18-19 year period. So definitely it's a great time to release yourself from any limitations, fears, issues, and really trust yourself, trust your instinct, embrace your true power, and set yourself on that soul mission, on your greater purpose, and have a complete rebirth around this time. Now with a transit South Node conjunct your natal Pluto, there will be an opportunity to regain lost power, regain your true self, your true power. Whatever you felt from within, this is the opportunity to bring it all out to the surface. Now if you have been suppressing that energy in the past, that the need for regeneration, the need to recognize your true power until now, this South Node, which is to do with unearthing and releasing any stuck energy, so that you can balance that area of life, so that you can so you can facilitate transformation, a shift, a shake up in that area of life. So definitely this is the time to connect with your inner self, your inner energy, your true self, and this cannot be on a superficial level. It needs to be deep rooted, needs to come from within. This the need for this transformation, the need for this transformation, the need for this complete rebirth, and this will only happen once you have recognized what you were suppressing until now. So this transit south node on your natal Pluto will completely regenerate your sense of self, your self-worth, how you see, how you value yourself. And this will come through accumulated past qualities, past actions, past skills, all those past power, the hidden power, whatever that you had and you still have the energy, all that is coming to the surface. So this regeneration and rebirth is through, recognizing that inner power, that inner strength. Now Pluto is also to do with, inheritance or other people's money. So there could be a regain or return of wealth matters, financial matter, maybe something that was promised to you was not given. There can be a situation where you regain that lost wealth or an inheritance or any financial matter that was promised to you or was yours but it did not come your way. You can experience some kind of energy in there as well. There might be circumstances where you regain all that back. Now, transit south node on your natal Pluto can also bring in circumstances in your life where you feel a loss of support and trust from other people, and that could be just on subconscious level, your own mental level. And because of this, there is a need for transformation. Because of this, there's a need to trust your own power, trust and regenerate, rebirth, the need for transformation, the physical, emotional, psychological transformation could come due to a betrayal from other people, and that could be related to losing support, trust in other people, faith in other people due to a kind of betrayal or not receiving what is rightly yours. So all these can be a trigger point for this transformation as well. So though there is the energy of regaining lost wealth as well, there could be also a situation that you are transforming yourself due to a betrayal situation or lack of support or trust from other people, and you are and you've had enough and you want to move on and you don't want to deal with that negative energy anymore, and thus you bring this transformation and complete rebirth in your life. So transit south node on your natal Pluto overall is a really great time to regain hidden power, intuition, deep-rooted energies, your inner power, inner energy, all that can be utilized and recognized, and thus bring that complete change in your life, the transformation. Wherever Pluto sits in your chart, you need to see the sign and the house placement. That's where this complete rebirth is taking place, and this is due to letting go of not recognizing your power in the past and suppressing your your abilities, your strength in the past. So you are recognizing that you don't need to depend on other people anymore to bring this change in your life, to bring your abundance, to bring your prosperity, to bring your strength in life. You can do it by yourself. This is what brings that transformation. So this was my analysis of the transiting lunar nodes on natal planets, all the 10 natal planets. Because this nodal energy is such an important energy and really triggers this shake-up whenever it transits our natal points, natal angles, planets, whatever in your chart. It's very important to understand how you can use this energy, and also to understand how these energy, the nodes, work when they interact with natal planets. So I hope you can use this video, the information provided here, to understand what experiences you can have during this transit. Now, by no means this analysis is complete by itself. Obviously a complete entire birth chart reading needs to be done to understand, because this is just one aspect of the transit in your chart you're experiencing. There is so many others that can either aggravate this energy or dilute this energy. So definitely a complete chart reading is definitely required, but this transit on your natal planet, I hope this video is useful and you can understand the energies better. So thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day.